This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Guys, I am so sorry. This is so annoying. I do not know why. I can go live on any other platform and never have any kind of issues, but for some reason, when I try to go live on YouTube, and I have other YouTube channels, my business and stuff, I never have problems. Whenever I try to talk about Michael Jackson related stuff, or it's just very weird. I'm always like buffering, or I get kicked out. It's very strange. I don't understand what the hell that's about. I can never actually seem to go live on YouTube about Michael stuff anymore. It's very weird. Any other platform? I mean, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's my internet, but it can't be my internet because I literally am a content creator. I do that for like my businesses, and I do it all day, and it's not a problem. So I don't understand why would I try to talk. Not even click off the page. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you guys. I wanted to find. It looks like it's buffering again. Fan fucking tastic. This is so bad. I don't I'm gonna like stop using YouTube altogether probably. I couldn't even get onto my YouTube page for like at like 6 hours. I couldn't even get onto my YouTube page. It kept kicking me out. So I don't know what's going on. I'm very frustrated. I'm gonna have to find another outlet to do this. It's just very annoying. It's very strange because I use my social media platforms all the time for my businesses, and it's never an issue. So I don't understand why this is happening on YouTube, but I hope that you guys can actually hear me. I was trying to find a picture of Austin and Paris because they look so much alike. But anyway, so I don't even know how much you guys even heard, but like I was saying, it's very strange to me that Austin has not said anything about Lisa's death, considering him and Riley are very close. So Austin and Riley are like very, very, very good friends. So it's very strange to me because Austin and Riley are so close. To me, it's very odd that I had heard that Paris is friends with Riley and was friends with Ben, but I can't confirm that. But it's odd to me that Austin has not said anything regarding Lisa's death. Even if he was trying to just keep Riley's privacy private at the time, I think it's very odd that he wouldn't at least like even post a picture of Lisa and say rest in peace. So what I was saying was another person that's very odd to me that hasn't addressed Lisa's death is Janet. Because Janet and Lisa were very good friends. They were very, very close. This is a fact. After Lisa and Michael, divorced, Lisa like spent a lot of her time with Janet. They were very, very good friends. I don't know if they remained good friends over the years. I'm not sure. I can't validate either way because I haven't seen any pictures of them. I have not had anyone tell me that they're still close. But like for her not to say anything about Lisa's death is also very strange to me. It's very weird not to address that when you are so close to somebody. Lisa, for what I know, I have never known of her to be problematic in her relationships with anybody as far as like her friendships. Everyone has always said that she was extremely sweet, very nice. She was, kind of like stern when it came to things. Latoya said something, but to me, Latoya, and I'm not trying to be rude, Latoya is just very like doesn't really count because she always seems kind of like out of the loop when it comes to things with the family and how they align with things. So I'm not discounting her, but it's just to me, I'm not surprised she said something. Because she's Latoya, she's gonna always say something. But it's very strange to me that like Janet and Austin have not said anything. Or I know Michael's nephew said something, but I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't feel like those people really count in terms of like their proximity to Lisa. The people who were actually close in proximity to her have not said anything. And I think that's really weird. That's strange. Which kind of brings me to I don't know if I should, yeah. Uh, should I segue into that? I'll segue into that. But I was on here earlier. I don't know if you guys heard me, and I was talking about have you yeah, I know they posted about it too. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't feel like they had a close proximity to Lisa. It's very weird to me that like Austin and Janet haven't said anything, mostly because they have a close proximity to her. So it's weird. Um I was saying earlier, and you guys can see the other video. I was talking about how how unbelievably different Lisa looked from Elvis's 88th birthday to the Golden Globes. like a completely different person. And I was saying that just puts me in the mind and reminds me of how like Michael looked so different at his rehearsals. It was just very strange. I said it in my last video. I thought that was very weird. I mean, to me, if she looked like decimated, and I don't understand like who was in Lisa's circle, who was in her like life that didn't think that she needed something. Like she clearly was not well at the Golden Globes. And I'm not saying that someone didn't tell her like, hey, you need to go to the hospital and she just didn't want to go. I just don't think it was appropriate for her to be at the Golden Globes looking how she did because Lisa looked really bad. Like she looked like not good. But just 2 days before that, it's just weird. I don't know. But anyway, so I think it's weird. So this if you guys see what I have up on my screen, it's the painting called Meditations, and I talked about this painting when I was first doing death hoax videos a lot. It's the last painting that Michael bought. He bought a series of paintings, but this one, in particular, it was like his last painting he bought. And the guy who Patrick Whalen, who painted the oil painting, it's called Meditations. He sold it to Michael because he was doing a an art show in Beverly Hills where he had his original arts displayed, and Michael and Paris were there, and Michael bought a couple of his things, but he, like, stopped, like, jaw slacked when he saw this painting, and he's, like, stared at it for a long time, and he, like, ended up, like, "I have to have it," and, it was purchased, but he had to like, he didn't use his own money. He had to basically have, like Mike Patrick Whalen said how AEG actually had to pay him, and, like, they took forever to send the money over, and he wasn't just gonna give Michael the painting because it's, like, it was a one of a kind, like, original. And every single day, Michael's, like, handler called and was like, we need this painting." And Patrick's like, "Okay, but we need to get the, like, money for it." And AEG actually ended up paying for it. They were screwing around. Michael called it the blue painting and called it the sleeping angel, and he was, like, obsessed with it. He's like, "I need this I have to have this painting." And so, it was confirmed that he told, Paris that the painting looked exactly like Lisa, and he had to have it because when he dreams and he sleeps, that's who he sees. Like, that's exactly how Lisa looks in his dreams. And he called it the blue painting. Also, he called it the sleeping angel. And just I don't know, like, it just when I saw the picture, I don't even know what made me think about it, but I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god," like, ooh, it made me, like, emotional, because it's like, I just feel like, uh listening to, like, people talk about Lisa right now and, like, I've not heard anyone say anything bad about her in the Michael Jackson community. I mean, everyone's being super respectful, and because I know a lot of, like, fans were super jealous of her and, like, didn't like her. So I'm actually, like, pleased to see people being so kind when it comes to her untimely passing, but I see a lot of people being extremely dismissive about Lisa, and it really bothers me because, like, I've al I am, like my advocacy for Michael and Lisa's love is similar to me, like, Michael's kids being his. Like, I just feel like I cannot, like, physically take when people dehumanize Michael and, like, reduce him to just being a fucking celebrity. And they say, like, "Oh, well, he has human feelings too. He's a man." But they don't his fans do not treat him like that. And it really bothers me. I feel like I this particular time, this moment for Michael is very difficult, like, very hard for him. Michael bought this painting literally, like, 2 weeks before his quote, unquote, "death." He loved Lisa very much. I don't know if you guys read Conrad Murray's book or not. I read the book. I believe the book for many reasons. A lot of things in that book were validated to me a long time ago. He talked about how, Michael Conrad said he brought Lisa up to Michael, and he was like, "I was just curious." So I asked him, like, like, "Was that real?" And he told him, "Yeah, it was very real, like, I loved her very much." Um, he said that he wishes that he had treated her better, and, he just wishes things had turned out better, but she was a lovely girl. He, like, loved her very, very much, and, That to me, I mean, people say they don't believe Conrad Murray, but I heard that from a lot. Like people don't understand. Like, guys, let me just say something to you. Like, this has been 14 years almost that we've been in this death hoax, like doing this. I just because I have not regularly made videos for the past 7 or 8 years, it doesn't take me out of the mix of like conversations. When I first started doing like these death hoax videos, I was like very young. I didn't know much about Michael Jackson. I had people contacting me all the time, telling me so many things. I'm not trying to be a narcissist or boastful or any of those things. I just know that like my videos always struck a different chord with people, especially people who knew Michael. I had many people contact me and say to me, like, I do not know if Michael's alive or not, but your videos are making me question. I even like legitimately have people like Chris Brown like come into my chat. I don't know who's around who can corroborate that, but like Chris Brown came into my tiny chat, dude. Like before and was like, "You guys think Michael's alive?" Like, this was, like, back in the day. It was a long time ago. He was famous, but he wasn't like how he is, like he was big, but he wasn't like how he is now. I've had, like, David Blaine come into my tiny chat. That's a whole nother oh my god, David guys, there's just so much there's so much, okay? But, like, there are a lot of, like, really, like, reputable people that contacted me. A lot of shit happened in this death post community. People came along and they totally ruined it. They destroyed it. There was a lot of, like, people like my friend, I almost said his name again, who I've been taught my connect to the inside of, the 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 family told me, he's like, "A lot of people think that there are ops that were planted in the community. Like, your shit was spot on." Like, and Michael's family, like, always respected that you told Michael's side of things from a perspective that humanized him. You were never about the fluff and the bullshit. And I mean, for a minute, I did get like, I'm not gonna like, I'm gonna own my shit. I definitely got caught up in some scams in the death hoax community. I definitely got caught up in some things that I shouldn't have gotten caught up in. I believe people that were like doing shady things. I participated in things that was not cool. Not that I even like willingly knew what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. I mean, I was just like believing people. I was really young. I didn't know anything about Michael. So it was easy for me to get caught up in shit. So I got caught up in a couple of things that were shady. I will be the first to admit that. Like I have been duped by fakers. Um I've been duped. It's true. It's facts. I mean, I'm not gonna ever hide that because it's reality. But I mean, I knew when to pull myself out of that crap and see the truth, and I did. So, like, a lot of people, like, I say all that to say that, like, I don't just like talk to hear myself talk. Like, I know a lot of shit about Michael. If I was a person that was just all about like making money and making a name for myself, I could have sold so much shit up the river about Michael Jackson. Like, I have had people tell me things like I've had people in Michael's family. Like I was never comfortable like saying this stuff before. I have had people in Michael's family like, people at Michael's family talk to me that, like, probably should have no business, like, talking to me at all, and they have, like, talked to me in chats, talked to me on the phone, like, I talked to 2 people in person before, like, I literally have been a person that's been trusted, and because you have to be a trusted person when people are trusting you with, like, information, so and when I say that I talk to people, it wasn't because they were, like, telling me, like, death let's be very clear. Let's be a very, very, very clear. I wasn't getting I've never gotten like firsthand death hoax information from people in Michael's family. It's not even like that. I've gotten death hoax information from other people like that kind of knew him, but I've never gotten like death hoax like I've never had someone tell me directly that Michael was alive. I have had my own private experiences regarding Michael being alive that I know he did not die on June 25th, 2009. That's my own separate experience, but I have never had someone in his family like tell me like, "Oh yeah, he's alive." I've never had people in his family like actually say that to me. But I've had people in Michael's family tell me like, "I am very confused about things that have happened. I don't know what to think." I see misinformation about his funeral. I see people not telling the facts about who was in the house on June 25th. I've had people like very close to him, like people that worked with him, people in his family, someone he was seeing, like tell me these things. So like 100%, like, I don't and people go, "You don't show receipts." It's not for me, people can, like, fake documents, people can fake you can fake a conversation, an Instagram conversation. You can fake anything. Short of recording someone talk, like, it doesn't matter. Either you believe someone or you don't. I don't really care if people don't believe me. I never really did. I mean, like, I have no reason to, like, lie. I was getting, like, popular doing Michael Jackson videos before, like, I didn't need to, like, get extra attention. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary. I was, like, on top of the game. Everyone was watching my videos. I'm the one who, like, even got Pearl Jr., like, to come on the Carlotta Chatwood show before she even blew up. I literally brought Pearl into the deaf host community. She can deny it all she wants to, but I did, period, okay? And I'm not here to bash Pearl. That's not what this is about. But it's true, it's facts. Peter was contacting me way before he talked to Pearl. But I was like, dude, I like you as a person. I never did the Peter Michael Jackson thing because I'm like, don't play that fucking game. I knew he wasn't like I saw Peter on camera before. That's another conversation too. But anyway, I just say this to say that like people trust me in that situation, and they always have, and I've been attacked relentlessly in this community, and even being attacked by people, I've still not told a lot of things that I know because it's just I feel like Michael just can never trust people anyway, and there's some things just aren't relevant to the death hoax. But now there are things that are coming full circle, and I just want people to understand that, like, oh god, like, this is very hard. Like, losing Lisa is a big thing. Lisa was not just someone that Michael was briefly married to for a couple years, and they had this publicity stunt, and, like, Lisa was a very big part of Michael's life, a very significant, profoundly huge asset to him, and I just don't think people understand that, how, like, this kind of loss is very difficult, and it's hard because when you have someone who truly sees you and knows you, and then they're gone, it's painful. It's painful, and it's hurtful, and if you're someone that believes that Michael is still around, like, you have to sympathize with that. Um, so that kinda, like, brings me to my next topic. I think it is very strange that Michael's children do not address certain things. I've always been a very big advocate for I love Michael's kids. I've watched Michael's kids grow up. I adore him. I adore them. I protect them. I fiercely have protected them since they were very little. I've always been a huge protector of Michael's kids. I will always be that way. Um, but I am finding it very odd. I had the opportunity to meet Prince and BG 2 years ago for Michael's birthday celebration. And I met Prince and BG and TJ. Just like lovely, 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 like kids, very sweet kids, very kind kids, very genuine, kids. But I think it's very, very strange that Michael's kids do not address certain things. Michael's kid, the night that Lisa died, Paris put a video on her Instagram, on her story, and she was like laughing watching a movie, and I was like, she was laughing, like laughing, watching a movie with one of her friends, and she was laughing, and I never like judge. Uh, I don't judge Michael's kids, or I don't judge them because they're their own people. They have their own separate identities. But you call a spade a spade. I thought it was incredibly inappropriate. I thought it was incredibly insensitive. I was like, okay, like your dad was married to this woman for a long time. Um, and uh there's a connection. Paris and Austin are very close. Austin and Riley are very close. It's weird to me, okay? It's very strange. When Howard Weitzman died, um, Prince released a statement about Howard Weitzman's death, and I'm like, he has not said a word about Lisa. I find it very odd that Michael's kids are not saying anything about Lisa's passing away. And people say, well, they don't have to. They don't have to. But Michael's kids are not. um, children anymore. They are grown ass adults. Paris and Prince are like mid-20s. They are like grown ups. These are not like teenagers, adolescents. These are grown ass people, okay? And I find their silence very odd. Just like when Michael has like these events and BG doesn't go, and I just like I'm like that's just weird because I just feel like and I am not being like critical of his I love Michael's kids. I'm not being critical of his kids. I just think it's odd. Like BG is like 21 years old. Like, when Michael has these things, his like and he came to Michael's birthday celebration, but I just feel like Michael's legacy is what provides for these kids in a lot of ways. I don't know if you guys know the finances of Michael Jackson's children. Look it up. Michael's kids are like multi-millionaires. His kids get about $6 million a month. It's insane. It literally is insane. They get like $6 million a month to like that's just like their and they haven't even gotten their like inheritances yet. They don't get them till they turn like 30, 35. They haven't even gotten like their actual money yet. I think Prince just got his because he turned 25. He got a portion of it. But like these kids are multi-millionaires. Michael's kids own real estate. Like you guys don't understand. Like these kids are like business people. They own real estate. Literally, they own real estate. Paris is currently like actually like in a legal thing over one of Michael's properties. There's just a lot of stuff. These kids are adulting, okay? They are adulting. They're not just like little kids. They are full on grown ups living grown up lives. So I just feel like it's very strange that like when things like this happen, they never address it. They never address um accusations about Michael. And I understand that like you have to protect your piece, right? You have to Paris has a growing music career. Paris is a phenomenal I've said this a million times, but I'm gonna say it again. She's a phenomenal talent. She's very talented. She is like growing people, especially on the West Coast, like love her. Paris is like blowing people. I mean, people are just like in love with her. She's that it girl. And she's a model and she's beautiful and she's an amazing young woman. She's an activist. She's great. And like Prince is doing a major project right now. He is a very huge philanthropist. He is like doing the damn thing in Michael's name. He loves it. Prince is very much the gatekeeper and the person that's just like all things Michael. BG, I think BG is like kind of living a private life. I think he goes to college. He has his friends. I've seen him driving around and stuff. I guess like I've video of him driving around LA. He kind of just like that. He's like young. He still does his own thing. His kids are very well-rounded, very philanthropic, good kids. They're great kids. I just find it very strange that Michael's kids don't address certain things. But even more, when you have something like this happen, their silence to me is really weird. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I just think it's very telling that there's something else going on here. It's very weird. It's very strange that they are not saying anything because you would definitely address it. I don't know, but I definitely feel like I just feel like when it comes to like Lisa's death, like this entire the when I was talking to the guy that I'm friends with, and he was telling me like that Lisa had been talking about Michael a lot the past like year, and she had been speaking about him in like the present tense. Like I don't know. I am like have been become a very they always do, and it's very weird. It's like and I don't know if Michael's kids should stay silent because they fear the backlash. But what's so crazy is I have heard Riley Keough speak about Michael a lot. Talks about Michael all the time. Only time I've ever heard Paris talk about Lisa was a negative connotation. She made a comment about her before, but years ago. So I don't. It was a long time ago. She was very young. So I think it's because she was around Debbie, and Debbie did like hated Lisa. Lisa hated Debbie. Um, that's a whole other conversation for a different day. But so I don't know if that's just kind of like why. I don't know. I don't wanna speculate. I don't wanna speculate. I don't know. I I don't have, like, conversations with Paris anymore. I used to talk to her, like, I would talk to her before, but Paris is, like, in a very different space now. She's, like, super, like, famous and just she's, like, a celebrity. She, like, lives that celebrity life, and she's very, like, doing her own thing, and not that she I mean, she has very, like her closest fans are, like, her best friends. So she's very sweet and very down to earth and is not a snob or entitled or anything like that. She's a great kid. I know a lot of people who are very close with Paris, and, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. They're great kids, and I'm not saying any of these things to, like, judge them. I just think it's very strange at their ages, they don't address things, and I've wondered I honestly wonder if it's because Michael just, like, tells them, like, "I don't want you saying anything." I f I guess what I'm trying to, like, say in so many words is that I feel like Michael, definitely, like, gatekeeps his kids. I feel like he is so protective of them. Um, no, I don't think Paris has been hooked by the entertainment industry. I think Paris has always if you guys have watched my videos, Paris has always been a star. It's always been her lot in life and her purpose to be who she is. And I think she's living that, and I think it's beautiful. I think Paris is her father in female form in every way. I think she's the better side of him. I think that she is able to express her ways and herself in ways that Michael could never express himself. I think that if you listen to Paris's music, I don't know if you guys listen to it. Paris's music reduces me to tears often. Her music makes me cry. I don't cry, and her songs make me cry. Like, she is such a profound, like, lyricist, and she is her like, when I listen to Paris, like, sing, it makes me emotional because she's so connected to Michael. Um, she's so connected to him, and when I hear her sing and I hear these songs, it's like it's hauntingly beautiful because she carries so much of his energy, and I have said and it's validation because I've always, from the very beginning, been like, "Paris, like, I'm telling you guys, like, there's something about her. There's something about her. There's something about her. She is Michael's, like, golden child," and she is. She Michael is, like, such a profound part of who she is. She doesn't even talk about Michael. She doesn't do interviews about him, doesn't speak about him, but she doesn't have to because he is part of her so strong. Like, it's just hard. I don't know why so many people are against Paris in the Michael Jackson community because she is literally like him. And I don't mean that like she has her own identity, but she is so her father, you know? And Paris is not she has not sold herself up the river. She hasn't. Paris could have been playing stadiums for years. She still does small little shows. She does free shows. She is her own artist and she works with producers on her own. She vets them herself. Like she's just very independent of being her father's shadow. And I love that. She's made a name for herself without doing those things. Um, no, she's very respected, and she should be. Parents should not pay the price for I always, like, tell people, like, people, like, get mad because, like, "Well, she doesn't talk about her dad enough." Paris doesn't need to, like, talk about Michael. She is her own person. Parents should not have to pay for Michael's choices, and I don't mean to be rude, I don't mean to be mean with that. Michael was very much attacked by the press. He was very much attacked by the public. He was. I agree with that 100%. But Michael was not a fucking victim all the time. Michael did a lot of things that caused a lot of problems in his life. That is a fact. I'm sorry people can't hear that. I'm sorry if it makes people mad. It is a fact. I tell him to his face, like, he did a lot of shitty things that caused his downfall. A lot. A lot. Michael had choices. He made them. Defiantly made choices that he should not have made that caused him to have a lot of problems. And I think when he was crucified by the media, he was crucified, but people still do it today to celebrities. It's like they get crucified for being themselves. I don't think that Michael's children should pay for like his life. I think that they should give homage to him, and I think they should respect their dad, and I think that they should always give glory to like, they would be nothing without it. It's facts. Paris has said multiple times, I would not even have a career if my dad wasn't my dad. Like, I know that that has helped me so much. But Michael's kids should not pay for, like, they shouldn't suffer. People are like, well, she's on Jimmy Kimmel and he was mean to her about her dad. Like, or is it Jimmy Fallon? I don't know which one. Jimmy Fallon, I think, because he said shit about Michael. She shouldn't go on his show, as if she has a choice. Like, she doesn't have a choice. Like, she can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna promote that because that guy was mean to my dad, or she's AEG. Like, AEG is like everyone's like, it's like AEG Live Nation. They're all like, it is what it is. Like, she's an artist. She can't like not. And, I think Michael's alive, so I don't care that she worked for AEG anyway. But I think AEG was pretty shitty to Michael. They did a lot of bad things to him, and I think that their intentions were very, like, sinister. But it doesn't mean that, like, Paris can't have a career because, like, her I mean, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot to, like, unfold, and I feel like she can't pay the price for her father's choices. Paris should not hate people because I think that she should not work with people who, like, literally call her dad a pedophile. I think that that's wrong. I think that she should definitely, like, be cautious of that. But that's my opinion. It doesn't mean that that has to be her opinion. I feel like Michael is her father. He's her dad. He raised her. That is a very private and independent relationship that they are entitled to have. If Paris has resentment issues towards her father because of how he left her, that is her prerogative. Nobody has the right to tell someone they can't resent a parent for leaving them or abandoning them. I mean, I'm not even saying she does. I don't think that Paris does. I think Paris has a little bit of anger because of her situation. I mean, why was she not? I don't think she resents Michael. I think she loves her father. I think her father is her world. I think she respects her father. I just feel like people don't have a right to tell. So when I say that I think it's weird that Michael's kids don't say anything about things, I'm not judging them. I just think it's strange because I do know they are adults now. So I do feel like they should, like, I feel like they should address certain things, but I don't think that, like, they're wrong for being their own people. And I feel like it's very much a reason why, like, I just quit being around the Michael Jackson community because I just feel like people feel like they're so entitled to, like, Michael's life, and I see that carried on to his kids. His daughter was like, "Fuck that. You are not going to do that to me." And I love her for it. I love that she, like, stepped out on her own and was like, "You are not going to control me. You're not gonna tell me what to say. You're not gonna, like, gatekeep me. You're not gonna gaslight me." Paris does not allow people to do that to her. She doesn't allow it. And Michael allowed a lot of stuff. Michael, he took the route of, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just, like, let it slide. He didn't defend himself a lot because he thought it would make it worse. And I'm not judging him for that. I can understand that. But I just feel like it's why I really don't get involved with the community that much because I just see people doing this stuff and it's like it's crazy to me. It's nuts, you know. And I don't know. Apparently, people are saying that, like, Paris said something about Peter again. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what's going on with that. People say, well, if Michael, if Michael's alive, like, why would she say? But, like, Peter is, like, has nothing to do with Michael. So, like, I don't even know why people keep. I mean, unless you're, like, a follower of Pearl and you believe the shit that Pearl says. I don't know why people, like, correlate the two. If Peter is I don't personally think that Peter pretends to be Michael. I think it's crazy how, like, he does dumb shit, like calling the radio stations, and when they say, "Are you Michael?" He does stuff for attention, clearly. Like, I mean, it's clear what he's doing. I don't think he by him having Jackson's empire is a bad thing. I think if he wants to sell that stuff, like, that's his right. Michael Jackson's estate can certainly stop it, and they don't. So there's that. So I'm like, I mean, if they're not stopping it, then whatever. Um, so I mean, if he wants to sell Michael Jackson shit, that's his prerogative. Whatever, who cares? But if Paris is, like, denouncing, Peter and saying, like, that's not my dad, that's fucking crazy, people believe that, then, like, she should, because it's not her dad. It's not her dad. It's not Peter is not Michael. So whether he was dead or alive, he's not Michael. Period. So if she's saying that, like, it's not my dad, you're fucking dumb if you believe it's my dad, then that's what it is. People like Pearl are probably getting pissed off because Pearl has made a name off of saying that Peter is Michael, and he's not. So when his daughter says, like, that's not my fucking dad, you know, whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with Peter having Jackson's Empire or selling. I don't. Who cares? Who gives a shit? People are so like care about the dumbest stuff. But I do think it's crazy. Like I cussed Peter the fuck out last year because he posted like a picture of Prince in Paris and said Happy National Adoption Day. Like shit like that is like passive aggressive and it's not cool. He's not because the kids won't cooperate him being Michael. So he made a little shady post like that. And I'm like, dude, why are you gonna post that picture? Michael did not adopt Paris and Prince. Like, stop it. It's like that. Don't push that narrative. He pushes that narrative because Pearl believes. Because Pearl always says that Michael's kids are white, which is crazy. Because Pearl needs to take her ass on TikTok and look at all the people that are very black that have white kids every single day. And it's just whatever. But that's a whole other conversation. Um, so I just feel like time is like past with all this stuff, and like everyone's getting older, and everyone's just kind of like I don't know. I'm still around here, and I am. This is like just you know this all just went very like left compared to how it was supposed to go. I don't I don't believe that Michael like planned a death hoax that went the way that it went. I think that Michael was I have always thought that Michael I still stand by. I think that Michael was like planning to do something to show how the media lies to people. And I think it just kind of like took a left turn. I think that somebody betrayed Michael, and I think something happened in that house that was very sinister. I think Michael was betrayed. I think Michael was forced into um what happened to him. And it's okay if Pearl wants to make money off of her DVDs, like that's okay. That's like, dude, so I don't care if Pearl like makes movies or documentaries. I think that it's crazy that she pushes a narrative that Peter is Michael. But if that's what I don't think Pearl actually believes that. But if she does believe that, okay, like people, if people choose to follow that bullshit and buy those CDs and believe that stuff, that's on them. Like people who attack her and like call her job and shit, I don't understand that stuff. Like it's stupid. If she believes that Peter is Michael and she wants to tell people that, if the family I'm not saying selling a lie is okay, but those are grown ass people, Sandy. If they want to buy her DVDs and believe that stuff, that Michael has an estate. Michael has grown ass children. If people have a problem with Pearl doing, people want to like gatekeep and be like, oh, they can't do that. It's wrong. Yeah, it's okay. It's not right. But if like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over what grown ass people are doing. If Michael's family, if his children, if his estate are not saying anything to stop that stuff, people need to let it go. It's like if you're on TikTok and you see a video and you like it, just keep scrolling. Whatever. That if that was an issue what Pearl and Peter was doing, it can be stopped. It can be stopped. And it's not stopped because I think that when it comes to Michael, I think that I've always thought that Pearl was kind of a lesson. Um, when it came to Michael, I think that Pearl is definitely a lesson. I think that Pearl, and I'm not trying to like knock Pearl. Like I don't have a problem with Pearl. I didn't like her before. I really don't care either way. But I do think when it comes to Pearl, the reason why Pearl is not stopped is because it is a lesson in how people can be. It is a lesson in how people can take things and run with things. It's a lesson how people can, you know, I think I don't want to say too much, but I think that um it's a lesson. I think Pearl met Michael. I do. I do. I think that Pearl met Michael, and I think that Pearl, when Pearl says this because she's like actual media, and it was steered towards her. I do not discount that. I think that Pearl. I'm trying to like say things without saying too much, but I know and I believe that Pearl definitely had a bigger position in what she was supposed to do versus how it went. Um, I think that Pearl was definitely because she was credentialed media, was definitely supposed to be doing things, and I think that she was supposed to be talking. And Pearl, if you remove the Peter, Michael, Bobby stuff, if you remove a lot of the shit that she says on Michael's kids, Pearl has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. She's very She's good at research. She's a journalist. So she if you look at her Michael Jackson stuff that she did, it's phenomenal work. It's good. It's I mean, she did a lot of stuff covering the trial. I would have never had a problem giving her homage because she did. When I first like met Pearl, when I first encountered Pearl, I had a lot of respect for her. A lot of respect because oh my gosh, she has a lot of knowledge when it comes to Michael's case and like those things. She does the work, you know? But it's not though. It's not though. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. If she's doing it for her pocket, that's not wrong. I don't agree with that. People have to like it's you guys don't understand. Like I literally made my own 2 businesses and like did things because like you have to like live and survive. If she's doing a research, I'm not saying it's right for her to like say that like Michael is Peter is Michael and shit like that. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to like her research about the death host, if she is selling her stuff people want to buy it, like that's her prerogative. That's her job. It's what she does. She should not go broke making like why? I am like, you guys know how pissed off I am. I am like an original content creator. I was making videos when YouTube first came out. My Michael Jackson videos, I never partnered with YouTube until like 2 years ago. But I could have made so much money, but I had, like, fans, like, in my head saying, "You can't make money off Michael, that's wrong. That's wrong." And I listened to it because 'cause I'm like, "Well, that's true." But that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because I did, like, lots of videos, and I did a lot of work, and I did research, and like, took months on end, and I should have monetized my videos, and I should have made money because I told truths about Michael and I showed sides of him that people didn't see, good sides of him. And I just feel like I don't think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I am not saying that it's right to sell a lie about someone. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that it's right for her to like say that Peter is Michael and sell that. But that's only a portion of what she's doing. She does a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with even Peter, just her own research. But if people are choosing to like buy that stuff and believe it, that's on them. I don't feel like um, I just don't feel like it's right for people to like attack someone. Like, no, people who are investigators should not do shit for free. That's crazy. Like, I actually believed that for a long time. Like, oh, I should monetize my videos. Bullshit, I should monetize my videos. Listen, Michael, like, whatever happened with Michael. Okay. Like, I should not monetize my videos because I'm being like disloyal to him because I'm making money off of my fucking research. I think that that's okay. I don't do it. I don't make money off of my goal. I monetized my videos 2 years ago. Most I got was like $600, but I don't like monetize that stuff. I don't really, I literally have like 3 businesses that I run right now. So Michael's not a part of any of those businesses. I do, those are completely different like things. That's my own life. But I just don't think that that's right for people to say that, like, she shouldn't make money off Michael, like, Pearl's put a lot of work. I'm not saying that the Peter stuff is ridiculous, it's insane, it's crazy, we all know it, but aside from her Peter stuff, like, aside from that crazy shit, she's put a lot of work in her research. She stole a lot of shit off of people too, granted, but she has done a lot of her research and done a lot of videos and done documentaries. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like I don't understand people get so bent about that, if my like I said, if it was a problem, Michael's estate could stop her. They could. They could easily stop her. They could say, like, you have no right to use that image of Michael. But they don't. They don't stop her. Not saying that they're in cahoots with her. I don't think that Pearl's working with Michael's estate or anything like that. I think that Pearl, I have been around since day one. Day one. I have been a part of the Seth Ho community since 2009. Okay. I am an OG, literally. Okay. I have been around since the very beginning, before there was even a Pearl, before there was even a Peter. I was around from the very, 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 very beginning. Okay. I do believe I am not just talking out of my ass. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's true. I'm not saying the cry. I disagree with that. I'm not saying that her stuff is all true. But people can look at my videos and say the same thing. People can look at my videos and say like, oh, she's crazy. She's saying crazy shit. People always have an opinion. They're always going to have an opinion. You know what I mean? But I've been around since the very, very, very beginning of this. So I do believe that in the very beginning, There are people who were selected to help tell this story. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, Sandy. That is bullshit that is not in their control. That is absolute bullshit. Michael's family, and Michael's estate can 100% stop Pearl from what she's doing. I promise you. I knew what they said. I know the statements that Elisa has released. I know. But it's bullshit. I know that it's bullshit. They could absolutely stop her if they wanted to. I just believe in the very beginning that Pearl did a lot of beneficial things for Michael. She did. And I think Pearl went wrong when she got sidetracked with Peter. Yes. I know what I'm saying is probably unpopular. I really don't give a shit. I don't care if people don't like it. It is what it is. I just saw been around since the very beginning. I saw this thing. Pearl has attacked me multiple times. She has said horrible, horrible things about me that are unforgivable. So I'm not defending her. But I'm saying, like, for people to get mad that she's selling documentaries, like, get the fuck over it. Like, that's so what? You know? So what? People are selling shit about Michael all the time, making money off of him. I'm not saying it's right, but Michael has an estate. Michael has control over a lot of stuff that he just doesn't do anything about. So I'm not gonna sit here and like waste my time. Exactly, Shell. You know? I think that Pearl is a lesson. I do. I do. I believe that Pearl is definitely a lesson. I think that when you look at her situation and you look at what she does, I watch her videos like sometimes I don't really follow her. I don't follow anything, but I sometimes look at her videos and stuff. And she has a lot of facts when it comes to certain things. Like she does. That I mean, it's just she does. But it's just a small speck in the whole pond of things. You know, it's I there's a person on here called Believe that makes these videos. They have like hundreds of thousands of views, and they say that like AJ Farshin is Michael. You know, and it's not Michael. Doctor whatever his name is. But it's okay. Like that's their opinion. Like people are always gonna have opinions about stuff. They're allowed to. If Michael had a problem with things that were being done, he would stop it. I I don't know. I wish I could say more, but I can't, and it's not really important to. I just wish people would focus, like, people and I guess people got off, like, aren't focused because like, people who make videos like me, I quit making them, so I understand where there's frustration in the community because certain people stopped doing videos and people who were, like, not trying to get, like, clout stopped doing videos, and Pearl's left, and that Believe person's they're left, you know? But this is why I don't do death hoax videos for this reason. I just feel like people are super judgmental and like it gives me anxiety because like I'll do a video and people are just like, I have a tough skin, but like I just feel like people always miss the point. And I think putting so much attention on Pearl and Peter and what they do takes away from the bigger picture, and I feel like you guys saw I did good videos before. Like if you could see the if I'm like, I should just like I should like make a video so people can just like see how far I've come and like my development as a person and like how much I see Michael. Like I how clearly I see Michael now. I when I was making videos before, I did not see him. And I some might think that I did because of the content, but my connection to Michael is so unbelievably strong now. Like it's so defined and we're so intertwined. And I know it sounds crazy, but we're so intertwined now and I'm so deeply connected to him now. I like I should just like do a video just so I can show people that like I see things so clear now versus how I did back then. I'm a completely different person. And this is why things like I only get pissed off at Pearl when she like attacks like Michael's kids because I feel like his kids just be off limits for attacks. That bothers me. Hi, Rachel. Let me read some of your comments. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. He wasn't even an MJ fan and used to false. I did. I did. I saw when I first did, like, videos, I thought, like, something else was going on versus what I think now. I just think that Michael was, like, definitely, like, screwed over. I don't think Michael planned a death hoax like it is. I think it's just a very messy situation. She can wink, wink, nod away from Peter, yeah. I am not, like I am not defending Pearl, like, I'm not defending her, like, I don't really like her, you know? I logged into my business account, guys. This is so funny. I logged into my business account because I've been busy, like, just rebranding my candle business, so I, like, logged in, and I literally saw, like, she sent me a message, like, for her new product, like, her Stays All Day Shay. She sent me a link to her, like I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, why is she sending this to me?" I didn't even click on it, I was just like, "Oh my god." It was just funny. It's like a couple days ago she did this. Um, but I just feel like if you put so much energy into Pearl, like, you're missing the point of Michael, you know? I think that's been my biggest lesson when it comes to people like Pearl and Peter and all these other people. I think that when you give attention and you give, energy to these people, you're missing the point of Michael. You're missing the point of everything he's been saying all along, and that's why I just don't you know, I get pissed off when she says things about Michael's kids because I just feel like his kids should be off limits when it comes to, like, attacking, like, their lineage. I know that that really affects them, so I always get pissed when she says that, and I've tried to get better at, like, not responding to that, but it's really about your energy, and, like, I don't think you should give energy to people like that, you know, because it's just like, we all have our lessons. We all have our lessons, and we all have our ways of dealing with things. Do you guys what do you mean when MJ was saying I don't what do you mean signing when? Oh, yeah, when he says, "I love you all." I think a lot of things a lot of people think that Michael's, like, dead. People who were on the fence think because a lot of people expect that Michael will, like, come back and, like, that doesn't work like that, though, like, that's not that was and that doesn't work like that. Just because someone, like, fakes their death doesn't mean that they have to, like, return. Why would he return? Why would he come back? Like, why would he do that? Not to say that it's off the table, but I just don't like, why would I never understood why people not believe because they, like, just that's, like, fan behavior, you know? I never saw Michael as a fan, so, like, that was never in my, like, scope, but this is supposed to be about Lisa. I don't know how I got off topic. Um, I don't know what's up with this whole Lisa thing. It's Lisa's death is weird as hell. It's very strange. I have a, oh, no, I'm not gonna say that, never mind. I was like, when I come on here and do these lives, I'm not gonna censor myself anymore. But I do see that people are still like super sensitive to stuff, and I noticed that like in the chat that people are still very sensitive to things. This is I find myself like censoring myself again because like people just I feel like everyone just can't handle things, and like I hate that because I feel like I wish I could speak freely, but people are so sensitive when it comes to Michael, like, and it's not a bad thing at all. But I feel like people are just so sensitive when it comes to him that, like, I just find myself like this is why I really don't do videos and stuff. It's like because I can't I'm a different person, I can't censor myself how I was before. I speak so openly about things, and I'm so comfortable in my skin to talk about things, so, like, I worry if I do death hoax videos that people are gonna be, like, not able to handle what I have to say, and I find myself, like, censoring myself, so, like, I just like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna say anything," but I just feel like I see things from a very different perspective. Michael has always been a businessman. He is a businessman. He is about that money. He's about getting that money. And I just feel like when it comes to like Peter and Pearl and all those situations, like the content comes from somewhere, you know? And you gotta put yourself in a position to not allow people to do certain things. And if you don't put yourself in that position or you allow things to happen, you can't get pissed off when it happens, you know? Because people are gonna believe what they wanna believe. They always are. And um, I just feel like it's disappointing. It's like sad because I know that this started off as something so like big, and there are Elvis fans that still believe that Elvis like is alive, you know, which is crazy 'cause I don't believe Elvis is alive at all. But there are people that they still believe it. Um, I'm having a hard time with Lisa's death. I'm having a really hard time with it because know I know that there were things that were unresolved, and I feel like I'm having a very hard time making that connect with her death and trying to understand it, and I just don't know what to do with it, and I'm really, really excited to, like oh my god, I don't wanna say excited because that's, like, really a fucked up thing to say, like, I'm not excited at all. I'm actually devastated by what happened to her, but I'm actually looking forward to just, seeing, like, the memorial to see who shows up because I believe that Michael's gonna go for sure. So I'm interested to scan that crowd and see, because I do believe I don't think he's gonna, like, not go to that. Um, but I don't know if you guys are on TikTok. TikTok's a lot of younger people, so I don't know if you guys actually go on TikTok or not, but there's a huge Michael Jackson death hoax, like, following on TikTok. There's, like, a huge one. I was like, I should probably, like, revive my MJ stuff on TikTok because I feel like, the younger generation of Michael Jackson fans seem to be a lot more open-minded when it comes to, like, things about him than, like, the older people. But I just feel like when I was, like, doing these videos back in the day and I was making them, I was just trying to understand, like, why I had this connection with Michael, like, where it came from, like, what it meant. And now that I understand where it came from and what it means, it's like I feel, like, so disconnected from the work that I did before because I didn't understand spiritually, like, what any of this meant. Michael was very, very, very in tune with, like, him being you think he'll be private? I don't think her service will be private. I think Ben was private because he wasn't really a celebrity, but I think she's gonna have a public memorial. We'll see. Priscilla is, like, not like Lisa. Priscilla's definitely a showboat. She's definitely not private. My TikTok is not a Michael Jackson one, it's, the Kind Element, so it's just, like, all my spiritual stuff and my business, my brand. The Kind Element is actually, a lifestyle brand that I have developed and I am running. It hasn't really it's kinda launched a little bit, but it's still kind of, in a developmental stage, but the Kind Element is actually very much inspired by very much inspired by my education from Michael. So, um, yeah, I just feel like a couple years ago, I started doing before the pandemic, I did these videos about "Can you feel it?" Right? Do you guys remember I did those videos about "Can you feel it?" And I talked about I thought something really big was gonna happen that was gonna change the world, and I was, like, heavy. This was, like, 2019, the summer of 2019, and I was, like, heavy, feeling like I was like, "Something's gonna happen. Something's happening. Something's coming," and I felt it, and I was doing these videos, and I was talking about the world cha how we were on the cusp of the world changing, and I didn't understand it. And then boom, COVID happened, and it changed the whole trajectory of the world. Um, I'm having that feeling again, I'm having that feeling again. I'm having that 2020 feeling again. I'm having this a feeling that something like I had the feeling then that like something was gonna happen that was gonna change so many things. and I am having that feeling again. I'm having this feeling that something is going to happen again. And I feel like the kind element, yeah, that's me. Mhm. I finally like got 7,000 followers. I'm so happy. um, but whenever I kind of get pulled back to like Michael, something happens, and I uh I feel pulled back to him, and I feel like Lisa dying has done something to him. Um, I just feel like Michael is just like, um, I remember whenever Wade and James made those accusations against Michael and Leaving Neverland came out, or Surviving Neverland, whatever the fuck that movie's called, when it came out. And I remember people asking Paris why she wasn't saying anything about what happened. And I remember Paris making the statement, and she said, "Do you think that lies can penetrate his light? Do you think that anybody can hurt him? Do you think that that's even possible? The truth always prevails." And when she said that, um, she was like so right about that. Like Michael has people are gonna constantly try to come out and say things about him, but Michael has this like light around him that he is so in tune with, and he's one with. If you guys have ever seen Michael Jackson one in Vegas, like it talks a lot about when he says we are one. I understand that now a lot. And I think that what happened to Lisa, with what's happened to Lisa, is something that can definitely affect that growth that he has had. And I know that there's a biopic coming out. There's a lot happening. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I feel like so weird right now. I don't know what's going on with me. I just feel really strange on this live. I feel really weird. I'm probably gonna get off of here because I just feel strange. And this happens to me a lot. Like I am so in tune now that like I just get really affected by things. I just feel like um I just feel that it's a lot for him. And I don't want to make light of what happened to Lisa or make it a conspiracy or like that. I just feel like something is like not sitting. And obviously, someone being 54 years old and dying is a very tragic thing, and it's not normal. It's not natural. So it's not going to sit well with any of us. But there's something in particular, like it's like not sitting well with me about what happened to Lisa. And I don't know, dude. I feel really like weird about it. And my dog is like sleeping, and he has his head like literally buried in my back. It's so cute. Um, that lady was crazy as fuck. That lady was insane. Oh my god. Those are visas were they were like nuts. That was a setup though. She definitely said that he tried to put, I remember that. That trial was crazy as hell. Michael has been through it, huh? He really has been through some bullshit. He's really been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot. Like Michael's been through a lot. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. How are you? Is it happy? You ready to eat? Mama gonna make you dinner? Yeah. I'm talking to the Michael Jackson fans. My baby is 5, guys. Can you believe he's 5? My little Jack Jack. Um, I don't know why I don't just, like, go on camera on here. Maybe I'll do that on my next, live. I'll just go I don't know why. I don't I just had gotten a habit of, like, not going on camera and the I'm on camera all the time for, like, my businesses. I don't know why I'm not on camera on here. I and then my next live, I'll just go on camera and go live. I'll just do that. I don't know. It's not like it's weird because 'cause I'm on camera all the time for my business. I just don't know why I don't go live right here. I think it'd be nice to do an actual live record, like, you guys can, like, see me talking and everything. Yeah, that custody battle is gonna get nasty. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope that doesn't get too nasty. They're 14, so they can stay where they wanna go, but have you guys ever seen, like, Riley Keough, like, do an interview? She reminds me so much of Paris, how she talks and stuff. It's really strange. There's just a lot of there's so many, like, things. Just if you guys ever see, like, when you guys watch, the Elvis movie, he had a biracial kid playing Elvis as a child. It's crazy. It's wild. Right? That's so funny, retro fan. I'm dead. That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny. Can you imagine that crazy shit? Michael went through so much stuff, but Michael like put himself in a lot of shitty positions, man. I'm just like, this dude, he just didn't give a fuck. He just kept like doing whatever he wanted to do. He didn't give a fuck about any kind of rules. He's like, I'm untouchable. And dude, they ruined Michael's life, man. They ruined his life because he didn't play that game they wanted him to play. And oh my god. But that's a whole nother conversation for a different day, guys. I just wanted to come on here and give a little bit of update, like, about what I thought about Lisa and his family not saying anything. It's really weird, but maybe they'll address it soon. Hasn't been a week yet, so maybe they will. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But and I just want to like prefer. I just want to say too that like I'm not in the business of like bashing anyone. I'm not on here to bash Pearl. I'm not here to bash Peter. I'm not on here to bash anyone. I have my opinions on those two. I think that they have done more harm than good in the Michael Jackson death hoax community. I think Pearl has acted very irresponsibly when it comes to her reporting on Michael's death hoax. I think she could have done some phenomenal things on behalf of all of us, and she really fucked it up by getting sidetracked with this Peter thing. And I think that, and I just want to make it very clear, I do not support anybody profiting off of Michael in a negative way. I think that's wrong. I don't think you should sell lies to money. I think that's wrong. I'm not saying that it's right, but I think there's a fine line between someone like making documentaries on their opinion versus like, someone literally, like, because when you say Pearl's making money off of selling a lie, you're saying that she's making money off of you're basically saying that, like, the death hoax is not true, and I can't agree with that because I know Michael's alive, so I can't agree with that, and I think that I don't think it's if you are not a creator, if you don't create content, but you divulge in content, if you watch videos and you listen to podcasts and you take the research people are doing and you benefit off of that, you have a right to tell creators that they can't profit off of that. Content creation is a thing. People make money off of it. And I feel like people I'm not saying that it's right. Because it's no different than what the tabloids do when you're selling a lie. But I don't think it's all inclusive, and I think that if somebody has an opinion and they want to create content off of their opinion, nobody has the right to tell someone that they can't do that. I believe that Pearl knows that Peter is not Michael. I believe that she does. I believe that she knows that Peter is Peter and not Michael. However, I do not have concrete proof that she knows that. So, I can't sit there and say that like, oh well, she knows that's not Michael Jackson. So I can't say that. I believe that she does not know. But I have never seen documentation or a video or proof that Pearl sat down and conspired with Bobby Anderson to make up this whole thing. I've never seen that. I have not physically seen that myself. You cannot just hurl accusations against people without proof. You can't. I have an opinion on what I think. I think that she very fucking well knows that Peter is not Michael. I think that in my opinion, think that her and Peter are in cahoots for this. I do. I believe that. I don't know that to be fact. So if that's just her opinion and she's making money off of her opinion, that's her prerogative. And like I said, I have not Michael has grown ass children. He has grown ass kids. He has a family, he has an estate. They could put a stop to things that they're doing, but they won't because if they address the death hoax, they have to denounce the death hoax completely, and they're not going to do that because they can't because Michael is alive. Period. He is, and they know he's alive, and they're not going to push. People say they don't say anything because the hoax generates money. No, that's not it. That's not at all. It's not. That's not it. They actually do not want attention on the hoax. They don't want people to know that Michael's alive because I don't think that Michael planned this that way. And I think that they probably did too. But I don't, but it's, you know what? If they are creating content and people are choosing to pay for it, that is their prerogative. I'm sorry that if people are buying it, that's like you can't tell adults to do with their money. And I feel like people have attacked me relentlessly for my videos before. Relentlessly attacked me, like bullied me, like tried to like make me kill myself over my content. I don't think that she thinks that Peter is Michael. I think that Pearl knows Peter is not Michael. But I don't have proof that she doesn't know that that's not him, you know? My whole point is like it's just not important. Don't give it your energy. Don't give it your energy, you know? I think that um she has done a lot to prove that Michael is not dead. She has done some work. She had also did some work to prove that he was innocent of molesting kids. But I think that Pearl's undoing that by saying this shit about him not being with women. So I don't know. It's just she's just I think she's just something wrong with her, whatever. But like I just feel like you guys gotta be really careful with what you give your energy to. You have to be very careful with that because like it's just not worth it. Michael plays games, guys. Michael plays games, and this is a fact. If you get offended by that, I'm sorry because you're probably not a believer. So if you're not a believer, then that's going to offend you anyway. But if you're someone that knows that Michael's alive and released alive, Michael plays games and he plays them well. And I'm just going to say that Michael plays games. So I just want to see what the next couple of days unfold. I want to see what happens. But this is a year for Michael. Michael has a documentary, not a documentary. He has a biofilm coming out. I heard there's a book coming out. I don't know if that's true. I think people are going to be very shocked by Michael's biopic. I have heard a couple of things that are like, wow. So that's going to be really, really, really exciting to see that. I cannot wait for that to come out. I cannot wait. Elvis's biopic was really good. It was done very well. It's gonna be hard to contend with that, but Michael's is gonna be off the chain, off the fucking chain. So that's super exciting. Um, Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for like listening to my content and watching my content. I don't take it for granted. I know that like it's hard to trust people, and I respect everyone in this show. I respect everyone for just always. I've been around for a long time, and I don't really fill up. I don't fill up, my lives anymore with like lots of people, and I don't have the popularity that I once had. And that's okay. But I respect you guys that like respect my work, and I put so much work into those videos. And I was watching those videos a couple months ago. I sat down and watched like 50 of my videos, and I was like, oh my god, the content. Yes, they do. You get it, Janice. Michael plays games. Michael plays. I'm not trying to be like a bitch, right? When I say that, but like that's why as I've like watched things and watched back on things and pay attention to things, it's why I don't come down so hard on Peter and Pearl because Michael plays games. He does, and I will just leave it at that. But it's exactly why I don't come down so hard on them anymore because I know Michael plays fucking games. He does, big time. And Peter is not Michael. Michael is not Peter at all. And he is not doing things to be Peter. He is not working through Peter. So I'm not trying to insinuate that at all. I'm not. I'm not trying to. Peter has no connection to Michael. I don't think he does. But I just know that Michael plays games. And when you play games with people, they play back. And when you do things and you put things in the universe and you put things out there, then, you know, there's consequences for that and things happen. And you got to watch who you play games with because sometimes they beat you at your fucking game, if you know what I mean. So I think we are witnessing that. And I think that Michael in a fat suit, oh my God. When she said that, I fucking lost it. And she had a picture of the clumps. I was like, oh my God, please stop this. I feel when she posted that picture of like the clumps and said that was Michael. Dude, I remember a couple of years ago in the death host community, like this bitch, Souza tried to like fat shame me. She like, or yeah, her. I had people come to Vegas from just for Michael's birthday, and like this fucking psychopath took a shitty picture, like, the worst picture of me. Like she literally took the worst picture at the worst angle of me, and like literally like came back to the Michael Jackson community and shit, and then like Susan tried to like fat shame me, and like, it was just ridiculous because like I have never hid what I look like. I look like myself. I've been on camera many fucking times. Like, I don't like to me that's just so stupid. Like it's so shallow and people who say that they're Michael Jackson fans and like are shallow like that or it's just Michael. First of all, Michael wasn't is into big girls. I'll just say that first. That was one of his like things. He liked big girls. Okay, so that's fucking. First of all, that's fucking stupid. Secondly, it was just a ridiculous thing that unfolded altogether. But um, it just kind of like made me like just like see some of the nastiest, meanest fans in the community. Um, so when people were like fat shaming Bobby and shit, I was like, that's not cool. Because they did the same thing to me. But you can't. I'm not. You can't really like fat shame me because like I know I'm a pretty gorgeous girl. Yeah, I'm very pretty. But like they tried to like embarrass me. They tried to post like this picture at a shitty angle. And like it was stupid. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what they're because I've actually seen that girl Souza and she's like hideous as fuck. I've seen her like literally on camera. She turned her camera on by accident one time and she was like just ugly as hell. So that's why she won't show her face, you know. But they tried to do that to me and like it was just a whole bunch of crap that like went down. It was a mess, but it made me see how like ugly Michael Jackson fans could be, how mean they could be. So like I was never done with the whole like taunt Peter, taunt Bobby. But when Pearl posted that picture of the clumps and said that Bobby and his family were in fat suits, I lost it. I was like, oh my God. Oh, it's okay, Janice. It's fine. It doesn't. It hurt a little bit because some of the people were people that I trusted. I thought were friends with me, but it's okay. Like I mean, I'm a pretty confident girl. I'm good. I know it's jealousy. Those people were jealous of me because I live a pretty good life, and it happens. People just get jealous. It's stupid, but when she posted that picture of him and said he was, and I'm like, how does he feel about that? Like, how does that make him feel? She had him in fucking like she said he was in a fat suit and it was a clumps. I like she had a picture of Bobby's family next to like the clumps. And I lost it. I was like, oh my God, she is so fucking crazy. She's like so out of touch with reality. It's like unbelievable. But now she's trying to pivot and say that like before she was saying that Peter was Michael in a fat suit. She has said that for years. Now she's pivoting and just saying he's representative of Michael. I'm like, girl, bye. I can't keep up with it. So I get what you guys are saying. I get it, you know. But like I said, Michael plays games. He played games, and that shit caught up to him. And like, it's what we have now, you know. So yeah, but what are you doing, Jackson? Come here. What? What are you doing? Oh no 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 no! I do because people are, I want Jackson. Jackson, guys, hold on a second. Jackson, I'm trying to talk. Okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, great. Right. So I totally get, like, people do attack you. They go low. They go below the belt. So I had to learn from that. So yeah. Are you really gonna do this right now, for real? I am live. Mama don't want to play. Mama don't want to play. Oh my god. All right, killer. Yeah, I know. So yeah, she pivots because now she's trying to say that he's representative of Michael. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really follow Pearl. I don't know. I just don't think that people should give attention to it. And I think whenever Michael's, they can stop it. They don't because it's giving energy. She, when did she say that? What? Apparently, Paris has said something about Peter again. I cannot find the tea, but I heard people were saying how Paris said something about Peter. I can't find. I don't know what she's. I guess it's deep end, like she flipped out. It's like I'm attacking Paris. I don't know. I don't know. This is like I just don't have time for the drama. It's craziness, but I gotta hop off here, guys. I gotta go make my dinner, get some attention to my BB, and I'm not gone though. I still didn't make a Discord. Um, I need to make one though. Did you guys like see? Did you guys get a notification of this live, or did you guys like see it on social media? Because I can like make a Discord and just post a link on Facebook or post it on Twitter. If you guys are following or my Facebook, I can just post a link there if you guys want to come in. Because I still haven't made one. I don't have the link to my old one. I don't know what it is. I have to like download it, but yeah. Maybe I'll just come back on here a little while and just post it. But I'll post it on my Facebook. Ah, yeah. Which matter you? Come here. Okay, cool. So I'll probably just post it on here, and we'll see. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. Yeah, I don't know. Pearl's crazy, but it's her way. No, because her toxicology tests are pending, which means whatever happened to her is probably going to be drug related for sure. I told you that my connect told me that Lisa was using again, so that kind of validates what he said about her using. So we'll see. But yeah, nope, she had no cause of death. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Stedman is Oprah's beard for sure. Her and Gail are girlfriend and girlfriend. I have no doubt about that. Sarah. Nope, it wasn't revealed yet. It's pen toxicology test, so we'll have to see. But yeah. All right. And this room is like actually starting to fill up now, so that's super frustrating that not people are coming when I'm done with this live. Yeah, I was told that she was using again, and her toxicology tests have to come back. So, okay, I'll post I'll post link to my on my Twitter to my Discord, and I'll post it on Facebook too. I just have to make one. I have to go do some business stuff, guys. I literally run 3 businesses, so I've already taken out, like, an hour and a half from my work day to, like, do this. I'm just trying to find the balance, but I will definitely post a link to my Discord. I'll actually be back on here too. Just gonna, like, do some digging and try to find some things. I know I should do more lives, definitely. I just literally is so crazy right now, but, I'll try to find some more time to come on. I love talking to you guys, like, I miss everyone all the time. It's like it's so refreshing to, like you guys are, like, my safe space, like, so much of my life I attribute, like, Michael and, like, what he did for me and how he changed how I see things. So, like, it's always exciting to, like, connect with, his audience and his fans and, like, people that love him, and you guys are my safe space because I think you get it, you get me, you understand where I'm coming from, you understand, like but there's so much I wanna, like, teach you guys and tell you guys, and I feel like I'm ready to do that. I think I'm ready to, like, make that crossover so you guys can really see some things through his eyes. So, I wanna try to do that, but I need patience and I need time. But I love you guys, and it's always so great to be with you and, like, talk to you and, like I, like, love how, like, people, like you get mad that your, lives are not really crowded with a lot of people. No, I don't, because you know what's so crazy? Like, when I come and I do these, like, it's always the same people in here, and I can go a whole year, but I'll come and do a live and, like, the same, like, beautiful faces pop up in here, and it makes me happy because you guys are just, like, so loyal, and you guys are still with me, and I just want you to know, like, if you're still with me, if you're still around, I promise you, like, I just have not given up. I just have to figure things out, but, like, we are going to crack this shit open. We're gonna do it. Like, it just might take a while, and that's okay because it's a lot, but the world is crazy, and I told you guys that something was gonna happen. I told you the world was gonna change, and it did. I felt it, and I feel like we're in another season of that. So I'll catch up with you guys really. Yeah. And I also encourage you guys too, like, if you're in this chat room and you don't know each other, you guys should connect with each other too. I'm here. What's up, Ro? Or Shell. Why do you call you Ro? I thought I used to call you Ro back in the day too, and I'm like, it's Shell. Um, you guys know this is a year of a seven, right? You guys know that, right? This is a year of a seven. It's a seventh year cycle. It's one of those like this 2023 is a seventh year cycle. Um, but yeah, you guys should definitely like connect with each other too. Like, I mean, I always encourage that. Like, make friends. I used to have like back when I first made my tiny chat, there was these two kids that used to come in. They were like teenagers, they were like 16. And one of them contacted me the other day and they're like married. They're married and they have children. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she contacted me and she's like, we got married and we have babies and we like met in your chat room as little kids. Yeah, the kind element. Did it not work? Oh, let me link it. Hold on a second. Oh, I can't click off of here because if I click off here, it'll fuck up. It's the kind element. That's me. Yes. Did you find it? That's me on TikTok. It's my business though. It's not really like me. It's my business. But I'm very much the face of my brand. So it's me. But the work I'm doing for it is mostly just like the work of my business. It's like a metaphysical spirituality type like business. Um I always say the reason why my business is called the kind element is you guys know how there are like four elements that make up like who we are, our physical attributes to humanity. Like there's four. There's four elements that make up everything, right? There's earth, um, water, fire, air. And the kind element was born because I always feel like the missing element from life is like kindness and how I feel like that I just feel like kindness is like the missing element of like what we need to be complete as people to complete our life cycle. So I created the kind element. That's what it is. So it's basically a business that just really talks about that. It's important for us to inject that back into society. So, but I'll talk more about that another time. What did you think about the Thriller 40th anniversary? I didn't look at the 40th anniversary of Thriller stuff. Yeah, there are 4 elements, and kindness is the missing one. It's the 5th element. Um, I'm almost 40 myself. I'm, like, fucking beside myself about that. I'll be 40 2024. Oh, god. Oh, that's so dope. Yes. I know you are. I remember. I remember. But, yeah. Okay, I gotta get off here, guys, but I will catch up with you guys later. Thank you for coming and listening to me talk, and hopefully we'll be able to all talk very soon together in Discord. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions, go like leave comments. I'll be 40. I'll be 40 in a year. I turned 39 on the 25th. I was just a bit I was 25 when I started making these videos. I was a baby. A baby. Now I'll be 40. I'll be 39. I'm skipping a whole year. I turn 39. Um, I turn 39 soon. All right, guys. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.